Hello, viewers. You are welcome to the FRANCA'S show. My name is Auntie Franca, the children's favorite auntie. Do you know there is a connection between childhood and adulthood, and whatever you do to a child today can affect the future positively and negatively? Do you know that? Well, this program is to create awareness to be able to optimize the child's psychological, physical, mental, and emotional well being for a better future. And today we are talking about kids and fashion. And our guest for today is Mr. Patrick Ofori, a mental health nurse. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Sir, is fashion an important part of children's life?
Yes, sure, fashion is definitely an important part of children's life. Children have to get an identity,
Okay.
and a lot of kids develop that identity with the type of fashion that they are comfortable with. The fashion has to do with the latest style of hair, latest style of clothes, and then latest style of behavior.
Oh, okay.
So every child, and that develops that child into who they will become in future or what they will do in future. So fashion is an important part of a child's life, and it helps develop that child into who they want to be in future.
Oh, okay. And what are the economical effects of that?
For any child, it will depend on where they are coming from. If
Okay.
I'm a child of a very rich man, my father would want me to wear the best of clothes. So you see me wearing Faithful, Gucci, Rani, and all the latest kind of fashion dresses around. And you see me at places where the average poor man cannot send their children to. So, generally speaking, because children grow very quickly, so when you buy a child a dress, the child is 3 years old, by 6 months' time, the child has grown, so they've overgrown the dress. So you might look at it as if it's a waste of money.
Oh, okay. But is it waste of money?
It depends on how well you are as a person. If I'm a very rich man, I don't see that as a problem. And so that's cool. But if I'm an average Ghanaian with the way our economy is and all that, I think then you have to look at it again. Because children grow quicker, you just have to buy them just ordinary dresses and they are okay. Once it is new to a child, they appreciate it. At that level, they don't even really appreciate whether it is Gucci and Gucci is a top brand or Faithful is a top brand or not. They don't really appreciate it. Once it is something new, they just like it for the newness of it, not for the particular brand. So if you spend a lot of money buying it, it's just because you, the parent, want the child to wear such a dress, but not that the child appreciates it for the brand that you are giving them.
Oh, okay.
Do you get me?
Oh, I get you. Is it possible kids can be addicted with particular brands?
It's possible, and it will come from the adult.
How?
If I keep telling my child that Gucci is the best brand of dress around, my child keeps that. My child goes to school and tells his friends or her friends that I wear Gucci. It's the best brand. It comes from Italy. It's the best. I wear this one. It's the best. So then whilst growing up, the child would only be selective. Will be selective when it comes to the dresses they wear. So if at a point in time you're not able to afford that type of dresses that you used to buy for the child, and the child is already used to that, then you have a problem as a parent. But then the child can get addicted to it just because the parents kept hammering it to the child that
but
this is a top brand.
But then
dress.
also remember your child might go out and will go out definitely.
Yeah.
So what if your child meets friends, the peers who are also already into the brand? Don't you think that will affect your child even if you do not teach them or introduce them to it? Can that one have a psychological effect on them?
Of course,
How?
peer influence.
Play
Okay, so if the child has a friend in school or some friends in school, and the friends also wear particular brands, and the child loves that, but probably the parents can't afford that. Because the child, because of the influence of the friends, the child will want to do their best to also get some. So you see some children at a younger age already saving money so that at special occasions they can buy a particular type of dresses that their friends also wear. So yes, peer influence also play an important role in the way the child responds to how we take care of them.
How do we handle as parents? Because you do not introduce that to your child. Your child goes to school and pick it up. How do I handle such child? What should I do as a parent?
You talk to them.
How?
Kids understand. Once a child is above 6 years old, psychologically, their reason is developed.
Okay.
Okay, so once you keep telling the child, some of them will squirm, throw themselves, throw tantrums and all that. But once you keep hammering it and say, look, I can't afford this type of dress. These people have a well-paid job. They live in a well-decorated environment. They drive cars, but I don't do that. So this is what I can afford to you. And you keep telling the child that this is what your parents, it will come to a point that your child will appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because children have reason and they understand when you talk to them. Initially, they might rebel against it, but then with time, they will understand.
So you should you let your child know your finances? Because if I don't know what is in your pocket, I still want it. So what should I do? Is it possible we should tell our children that this is my pay? Must you show your pay slip to your child?
Not necessarily.
So what do we do?
You just have to tell your child, I can't afford this at this particular moment. But with time, I can get it for you. So once you give them that assurance, they know.
The assurance. The assurance. Okay.
Every child knows.
Okay.
When you tell your child, you buy them a plane, they don't know your finances. But
Okay.
once I said that I'll buy you a plane, they'll keep worrying you with that word that you've given to them. Daddy will buy me a plane. And then they grow with it. Until when they grow and then they realize that, oh, so daddy's condition is not, he's not able to afford a plane, then they will understand. But as little as they are, they have that trust that daddy can buy me a plane. So you don't necessarily have to show them your pay slip, but just tell them that at this moment, it's not possible.
And I do not even have it.
I don't have the money to do that. But later on, I'll get you something.
Oh, later on, would you do you have to do it later on?
We've all
that one is a lie.
That
And we lie to them.
we've all made promises that was not fulfilled. So, but just that you grow up and then you realize, okay, I think it's because my father can't afford it.
So is it healthy to you cross dress your child? Is it so healthy for a child to be dressed as the opposite gender? Let me put it that way.
You should understand the psyche of children.
Okay. Please explain the psyche of children to us.
When children are growing, they have fantasy play or pretend play. So at a point, your son would go and wear your wig, wear your heels and try to behave like mommy. Or wear the sister's dress, try to behave like a princess. And sometimes our girls to do that.
Okay.
Instead of squatting to urinate, they want to stand like their brother. Okay. Because children are very imaginative. Okay. So at that younger age, it is okay. It's a way of expressing themselves. And that actually is a sign of a mentally healthy person. If they are able to play different roles or pretend to be different people, it's a big sign that your child is on the right path. However, it becomes a problem when after maybe 5 or 6 years, your child still has an affinity for male dresses if she's a girl, or female dresses if he's a boy. That's where the problem is.
Okay.
Then it means that you need to help the child get an identity. Otherwise, your child is going to suffer from, we have a condition called gender identity disorder.
Oh,
Your child is going to suffer from that. It simply means that they are not able to tell what their identity is. And you, the parent, has to instill values and tell them who they are.
Oh.
All right. So, it is okay for children to engage in cross-dressing and all that at a younger age. In fact, when the kids are 2, 3 years, they don't even have, they can't even tell the difference between a boy or a girl until they are around 5 or 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Then they know, okay, this is a boy, he has a penis. This is a girl, she has a vagina. At that 2, 3 years, they can't tell. Okay, so it's okay. Sometimes some parents do allow for cross-dressing because of economic reasons.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he has, I have a boy first and a girl. Okay, the girl comes, there are shorts that the boy has overgrown. There are shirts that the boy has overgrown. I wouldn't want to spend extra money in buying things for the girl.
Okay.
So I'll let you wear your brother's dress. But at a point in time, I'll fade that out of your life, and then you start wearing your female dresses. Or when we have to go out, maybe to church or to occasions, you can wear your female dresses, your princess dresses and all. But once you're at home, you'll be wearing the dresses of your brother.
And is that good?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Really?
There's nothing wrong with it, as long as the child doesn't grow up thinking that it is my right to wear my brother's dress.
Oh, okay.
And I feel comfortable wearing my brother's dress. Within our cultural setting, there are some other cultures that allow for cross-dressing or transvestism. That is traditionally wearing the clothes of the opposite sex, or
Okay.
wanting to be the opposite gender. Okay, so once a child doesn't grow up with that idea, then there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh,
But,
okay.
but as long as the child wants to express themselves, wants to wear their brother's clothes and all that, it's okay.
Okay, so what if my 10-year or 11-year-old son wants to wear female dresses? At that point, as a mother, what should I do? Because mind you, we all agree with me that the most important part of a child's life is to be happy. So he wants to be happy, so he wants to wear ladies' dress. What should I do as a mother?
So you have to probe more, because it is within our cultural setting, Ghana or Africa, it is very unusual for a 10-year-old to want,
Okay, 10 and above.
or 15 to want to wear the dresses of an opposite gender. It is very unusual. So you ask your child why they want to dress like the opposite.
When you ask them, they say that makes them happy.
No, that's not enough good reason for it to make you happy. Because, okay, so what if my child comes to me and says that, Daddy, I want to be like Spider-Man.
Okay, I want to fly.
I want to fly. So I want to put my hand at a place that a spider can bite me,
And
so I can become a Spider-Man. And that makes me happy. I won't tell my child to go, because some of the spiders that we have around are very poisonous.
Yes.
Okay, so if the child says that makes me happy, but I feel that, no, this thing is going to kill you. That's why he's a child and I'm an adult. I'm supposed to guide the child. So even though it makes the child happy as a 10-year-old to wear female dresses, I have to probe more and tell them, no, within our cultural setting, this is unusual. This is not done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if it is a problem, then you see a psychotherapist to deal with it. We have something, a condition we call gender dysphoria or gender difficulty.
Okay.
So the thing is that sometimes children grow up having difficulty differentiating between who they are and what they want to be, who they want to be.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, when you go outside of um, Africa to to Europe or the Western nations, they have a difference between sex and gender, and they say that sex is your biological makeup, like when you were born. If you have a penis,
You are a boy.
that you are a boy, so that's your sex. But the gender is what you choose to be. So it means that I
Oh,
have a
okay.
penis, I'm supposed to be a boy, and that's my sex, but then I choose to be a
A
girl.
girl. Oh, okay.
And that's a problem within our cultural setting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the child might be suffering from a gender dysphoria,
Might be suffering
might be
from.
suffering from that. That's why you need the psychotherapist to help you probe more and find out that at a point in time when you were raising up the child, there's something go wrong at any point in time, so that you solve it, because it's unusual within our cultural setting.
Wow, it's unusual within our cultural center sector. Oh, okay. That's nice. But then okay, we are okay. What about some parents also, they wanted to have a girl and then they got a boy. So they start dressing the girl like a boy. Do you get it? That dressing also, it's the mother's choice. And what should we do about it?
Okay, so parents that have engaged who um, get involved in that is because probably a friend was telling me a prophet prophesied to someone that you are going to give birth to a girl, and so she bought girls' dresses and all that, and then finally she gave birth to a boy. But she's already invested heavily into buying girls' dresses just because she trusts the prophet. So she kept on wearing the girl dresses. But at a point in time, you realize, no, this is a boy, so I need to
Change. And
change
that
and
one
then wear
is
them.
possible. You can easily change, and that will not have any
Any
effect
effect on
on the
the
kid.
child.
Oh, okay.
Any effect on
Thank you
the child.
so much. You have really educated us today. Please, your last words, please.
Okay, so I just want to throw it out to all parents out there that if your child is going through a difficult time, at any point in time, what they need basically is your support as a parent, that everything is going to be fine. Now, if you realize that they have difficulty identifying who they are, just because you didn't instill values in them earlier, you can see a psychotherapist, a mental health nurse. There are, when you go to a lot of the hospitals, there are mental health departments that are attached to them. You can walk into any of them, tell them your problem, and they will help you solve it.
Okay, tell them go to any hospital and look for the mental health department and talk to them about how your child feels and how it can be corrected. Please do so. Children are children and they should be allowed to be children. So dress your child accordingly to prevent problems in future. Thank you very much for watching this program. Once again, my name is Auntie Franca, the children's favorite auntie. See you same time next week. Bye.